friends, Jamie Pay here. Welcome to this video. I have a show and tell for you today, so let's just jump right into it. So, you know, if you follow along on this channel, which I certainly hope you do, there is a love, no, dare I say, an obsession with 49 Market. Absolutely have been loving what that brand has been putting out for quite some time now. And then Sizzix is always this great standby. I talk up dyes on this channel all the time and how versatile and absolutely reusable dyes are. So Sizzix and 49 Market came together to make some beautiful things. So at the end of this little quick show and tell, because I've had questions about these and I want to make sure I share with you what this little collection's about. There is a tutorial using one of these stamp and die sets. So first let's look at, I want to grab this one. This is a stamp set only. It is called Hello You Sentiments. These are acrylic, okay? So with these, I have had really good success using the archival inks. Well, this is the black one I've been using too. And some other of the smaller colored ones that I have as well. And I'll point that out to you as I show you what I've made with these. So super fun because you got these great large words. You got a small little sentiment that goes with it. This is always stay curious. You are amazing. Celebrate every moment. Hello, happiness. Obviously, you can break some of these up. So, for instance, on this one, I just used the happiness, which you can see right there. And then on this one here, I did use the celebrate. I stamped the every moment separate and stamped it above. You can see here the hickory smoke from the distress. So that's what I used to stamp these, as well as the butterflies. We'll get to the butterflies in a minute. But then what you probably can't see quite as well is some of these splotchies that are around here that comes from, because I call them splotchies. I mean, that's the technical term, is splotchies. Right? And so I love having those so much. Whenever a stamp set comes with those, I'm always using them. And so I need to break those out again and just have a good time with that. So I'm going to set those aside. A stamp set I have not used yet, and again, this is stamp only. It's called Artsy Regal Frame. So I'm looking at it, and initially I'm looking at how can I use those all together, because I think they're super fun. Let me put them the right way. I think they look super fun all together, but they can also definitely be used separate. So you got this great kind of a splotchy here. More splotchies. I'm trying to put it back on here the right way. I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Kind of makes me think of my coffee the other day that I spilled everywhere. Ended up looking kind of like that. And then just these concentric circles. Is that even a term? I'm just making stuff up as I go. No professionalism here whatsoever. And then like this, I don't know, I make it like an ornate frame is what that one makes me think of. So there's what those look like. And that is, so they're called layered stamps. And that's why I have the idea of like, I would definitely want to layer these. This one for sure looks like it would be going with this. And just have fun. These are just kind of, let's just have some fun and play. Okay, so that's the rest of the stamp only. Everything else, to my knowledge, comes with a die set. So we'll start here with the engraved wings. Okay, so you can see that I use these guys here and here. I came in with some watercolor pencil and salvage patina, and I colored that in. So there's dies and stamp set for that. There's this really large butterfly. I haven't even broken into this yet. I don't even know why not. Time, my friends. So many beautiful things, so little time. So you can see how this just layers atop of each other. And I have this stamp set here that is a layering stamp, and I'm going to be demonstrating this one in a few moments here. So I'm just going to set this one to the side. All right, there's just a few more I'd like to share with you before we get to the little tutorial part. I have worked with this stamp set, which is called Floral Mix Cluster. Again, it is a stamp and a die. What's super cool about this one, as you can see it here, is that you can stamp the image onto your medium. You could stamp it again on another medium. I stamped it here on the same type of background paper, pattern paper, and then die cut that portion out. with your die. And so that's how this one came to look popped up, and it's completely hovered over, adhered over its same image that's from the stamp. I hope that made sense. I didn't demonstrate this one. When I saw this one though, I think this is the stamp though that really grabbed my heart. And so that was a lot of fun to put together. 2 more stamp sets here. I have not even opened these up, to be honest with you. This is called Painted Pencil Mushrooms. And again, you have the whole layering from start to finish, and then the detail layer. You got some little guys here, some etymology, is that what we call that, with the bugs, and then the dies that will cut out the mushrooms. So I have seen this used. Really cute. Mushrooms are just the thing right now. This one also I cannot wait to jump into. I literally have a layout in my head using this set. So this is called Painted Pencil Botanical. Same idea. We've got some layering elements here, and then the detail stamp layers on top of it, and then you can die cut that out. It's good. Looks like a really good die. Looks like it gets into the details a little bit. Then you have some splotches, you have some more butterflies, and you have some here extra details here with the leaves. So that looks like a really good one to get into. All right, we're going to jump into the tutorial. And so now this one is what I really want to focus on today. It is called Painted Pencil Leaves. And it was one of those things when I undid this package and got into it, I was like, oh, I mean, it was like a little light bulb moment. I had a lot of fun with that. I'm having trouble pulling this off of its packaging. Please stand by. Okay, so that's what the stamp set looks like. And of course, here's the die. So the whole thing is the die, and you can see what that looks like here with, I have it just layered up again with some of the teal color swatch from 49 and Market, and then that leaf motif is cut out, and then I added a butterfly on top of it, and I'm really in love with it. I'm really loving this. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make this again, and I'll go ahead and keep it all in the same colors. For these stamps, I'm finding I'm having better luck when I'm using the archival ink, and for this I used the speckled egg, salvaged patina, and then crushed olive. No, I did not use crushed olive. I went ahead with the splotches. I did go ahead and use the Distress Oxide. Oops, throwing that around. The base of the leaf, however, was made with the hickory smoke, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, I'm using the Sizzix stamping tool since it's a Sizzix product here, and the thing I like, there's several things I like about the Sizzix stamping tool. I like this whole sticky grid in the background so that I can just place this right on top and nothing is encumbered, and I like how big it is, but you just have to plan for it. I just like its ease of use. So for this, we're going to start with the main outline, if you will, of this particular stamp set. And I'm going to use the hickory smoke once I get it pulled onto its top. You're not going to necessarily be able to see me. All I'm doing is you can tell by the shake of the table, I'm just inking up the stamp. And for this, I don't want to go in and press real hard. I think Tim Holtz calls it CPR. I don't want to give it CPR, but I also want it to look like it's all complete as well. So that's the beauty of a stamp tool like this, is you can look at your image and say, yeah, not quite what I want, and then come in again. Whoops, let's move that back here, and then come in again. And I think I'm going to do it one more time. This is not complete lines on this. It really is like a pencil sketch, which is super fun. You can see, I love that they give you these full color guides so you can get an idea. Oh, okay, well, I don't have all that on there, so that's kind of how it's supposed to be. So we're going to just do it one more time. There we go. And we're going to call that good. So again, the next beauty of this stamping tool is that I can keep it on this. It's like any other stamping tool. This is not unique to this one, but I can keep it on the board and I can just work on here. And so that's pretty cool. So now we have all these solid stamp pieces, and you basically just get to kind of find where they go, which is kind of fun. You can do more than one. I don't think that's that. It's that one right there. What I have found when I'm lining this particular stamp up is the stems is a nice guide to know that it is actually indeed lined up. I have found too that I can do more than one. I can do this one, and I'm going to do this one over here too. And then we'll come back and do the other. So for the color ink that I'm choosing to use to go on my first layer is going to be the speckled egg. I just figured it was light enough for being a base color so that I could still then give color to the rest of these images that are going to go on top. And the speckled egg isn't too dark. It's going to allow for some other layers to take place. Okay, so what I'm learning even right now is maybe I don't like doing multiple stamps at the same time because I did not get a good coverage and I don't really want a lot of color on here. So we are learning and growing here. That's what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to leave that just for this instance. And then what we're going to do as we come in here with this stamp, it's going to come in here by itself. Now the other thing I kind of found out and realized from this too, because I don't normally stamp like this, but I found it kind of its own sort of therapy. You've heard of stamp therapy. See how much better that is when you just do it by itself? I prefer that. So live and learn. We are living and learning. So now I need to find this one right here. I think it's this here. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I've had to really learn. I've had to really learn to slow down. And I know why that is. I allowed myself to get just really in a hurry as a mom of 5. And always something going on and always something to take care of. And it's not as though there's not now. If you have adult children, you know of which I speak. Okay, so now what we get to do, since all of that is already filled in, don't even need to worry about that right there. We're going to give that a different color. So then lay your, I call this the splotchy layer, and it's pretty obvious. It's just splotchy. So layer that over your image. And I don't even really think perfection is necessarily needed in this because this is a real watercolor, sort of hand-drawn kind of feel. You can see in our sample too that they did really different with colors. I'm just kind of staying monochromatic just because I can, just because it's still going to work. So now to learn to slow down, even in my making, it's been a bit of a lesson to be learned. So then when I came across this layering of stamps like this, I kind of had to tell myself, you know, just slow down and just enjoy the process. So can you see the different layer on here? There's the different splotches, and you also had like another coat of the blue. Well, it's salvage patina, and then you still have the speckled egg coming through. I just think that's super cool. So what's fun now is, and you don't even necessarily, well, you have a couple choices here. We can do this. We can just come in here like this and add some color, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Before, what I did is I die cut this out, and then I added the splotchies. You could do either way. And you're going to see here too, again, I don't want to smash that color on there, but you can see here too where we kind of had a miss earlier, that splotchy covers it up, and I'm okay with that. So you can stick with the same splotchy. I do hope you appreciate my technical terms. Or you can come in here with another size splotchy, and we're going to add that. So I'm learning that not only is slowing down its own art form, but that to be creative does require us to slow down a little bit and to enjoy the process. So that is what I'm learning. I'm here for it. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving making these little leaves right here. So we're going to splotchy this down. And then I'm going to, you could probably figure this out. I'm going to now run this through my die cutting machine to cut that Just like that. All right, look how cool that is. I think it's so pretty. And the thing is too, it's slightly different from my first one, which is fine. I actually have a little brad still in here. Let's pull that out, okay? But it's really great leaves. And you know, you could just do these solid if you wanted to. But I think you get the idea how fun these are, right? All right, I promised you a really easy cluster. Okay, so here we go. We've enjoyed the making of this painted pencil leaves die cut. It's so pretty. I'm just going to staple this on here. The beginning of our very easy, right? And I've grabbed a couple of elements from 49 Market teal color swatch. So I thought with this little ticket here that we would fold it over the edge and kind of let it overlap, or rather let the leaves overlap that there. And we can staple that there as well. So that's a layer for us. Of course, the die cut is a layer for us. Of course, we can't live without a butterfly. I'm going to kind of cluster the butterfly over here. I'm going to put a little piece of the 1/8 inch strip underneath that. Okay. Then I'm going to see what I think about it right here. And I think I like that. And here's what I like about this in terms of clusters and layers is that we have the background, which is considered a layer, right? It's part of also the teal color swatch, the ephemera pieces. And then we have this ticket, that's a layer. Could have the next layer, the leaves, right? And then we have this butterfly. And everything is sort of touching right here, which is, to me, a really big deal. I really like that, because then what I'm going to do here, there's several places we could do happiness. We could do happiness here. I don't necessarily like it up there because we have that lettering that's already part of the background. We could for sure do it there, which isn't terrible because what? We've got it covering the leaves here. So this is just kind of how I think about these things and how my brain works. I don't know well, I was going to say, I don't know that I like it here, but I also don't hate it there. It's kind of a natural progression for me, and how it would probably even fit better because you kind of have this gutter right here from the ticket. You have a little gutter there, and that happiness just sort of fits right into that gutter right there. Or you could come up here and add it to the cluster and let the butterfly wings hang over it. No one way is better than another way. Okay, I'm just going to go with the butterfly wings going to kind of hang over the happiness a little bit. But any of those other ways, I would not have gone back and looked at this and said, man, I hate that, because I wouldn't have. Let's just make sure that's straight. Not sure my trimming is straight. So that's how I am enjoying using this artist pencil leaves, and they're just so beautiful. I think it's something you would have a lot of fun with. And like what I really try to do when I'm sharing ideas here on this channel is that these can be used in so many places as long as you don't keep making your happiness crooked. Other than that, you can just be using these in so many places, on so many surfaces, or just make a collection for yourself because it makes you happy. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, I always love to hear from you all. If you are interested in anything I've shared today, everything will be linked below. I'll see you in the next video.